Well, we are here finally, 5 minutes late. Not bad.
Yeah.
And Dominic just texted me, said he's going to be missing it. So, uh, my microphone decided to give up the ghost for tonight, so I had to go back to my old one, which is
mm,
fine. It's working. So
yeah.
it just took me a while to get it all set up. I kept trying to get to. I don't know what happened. As soon as I logged in today, it's like it quit working. It was working here, but somewhere between the interface and whatever's out there in the ether, you know,
Hmm.
just decided didn't want to work today. So I said, screw
Wow.
you. Of course, I've been up kind of. I got up like at 7:30 this morning. Been going at it all day. So yeah, for me, 7:30 is an early day.
That's an early day for you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm exhausted. So been busy 3D printing, and I had to go. I had to go pick up one of my meds, and one of them that I usually take. Uh, I'd asked, I'd sent in the refill, and so the other day, I saw that it'd been filled on the 25th of last month. And I thought, well, shit, I never got a notice. So
Oh,
so I had another one I needed to be refilled. So I sent it in and went over there to the pharmacy. You guys that have followed me for a long time, it's Ernie's Pharmacy. So,
yeah.
anyways, I'll tell you what, I'll go into that tale in a little bit. Let's say hi to the folks while we're at it
Yes,
before
let's
we
do that.
get started. We're already a day late and a dollar short. So,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
all right, we got Jody. Welcome. USA Drone Flyer, Captain Joe America.
Joe,
And AZ Drone Dude is David, correct?
David,
All
and we
right.
got
See,
Joey, Jaybird.
Joey Burdett. Yeah, Jay Bird. And good to see both him and Dave. They've been kind of hit and miss here lately, especially,
Yep.
you know, but I understand. And we got Sunstar Brenda. It's always
Brenda.
a pleasure having her. And Charles, I see you're in here. And Grant. Hello, Grant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mark R. White.
Yep.
Hey. And Steve Janess, Waypoint, New England. Brian.
Brad.
And let's see who else we got so far. We got Brad, Nana's Attic.
Brad. Yeah.
And
Yep.
let's see, anybody else missing here? No, that
Buddy.
looks like it. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
anyways, so let's start out. How has your day been so far? I suppose you worked all day and
Yes, I did. It was cold today. I think we only maybe low 60s today, and it looks like we're going to have our first freeze tonight. We're going to get down to 25.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was kind of cool here today. I put my we went up to James's yesterday, or I mean up to Patrick's yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was yesterday. Yeah, and because we had chili, that's right. And
Okay.
it was definitely wet and damp, chilly day yesterday, and
Mm-hmm.
it's sort of been that way today still. So,
Yep.
but anyways, but yeah, uh, so that's just this way it's been around here too. We've been in the lower to mid 60s this
Yeah.
weekend or the last couple of days. So, Charles, how are things in your part of the world?
All right. We're doing good. How about you?
Good. Good. Good.
Well, I was doing great until I tried starting this thing up and my microphone went to shit. And actually, it's not even my microphone. It's somewhere, like I said, between the PreSonus audio box and the
Oh.
uh, laptop. So,
Oh.
fortunately, I still had this one kicking around,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and
Mm,
I take it it's okay. I knocked it off the table, so I guess it's still working. So,
yep.
but
Mhm.
anyways, but yeah. So as I was saying, uh, I had this one script, and I looked at my app, and when I filled the other one, I thought, and I'd been talking about it this weekend, and I thought, I probably do need to get that refilled, just
Yeah.
you know, and uh, so
Uh,
I said it'd been filled the 25th of September, and I'm like, not by me, it hasn't. I did
no.
send it in, but I think it was expired, but for whatever reason, uh,
Mm,
actually, I think it had some refills on it still,
uh,
one or two. So today I went over there. I went in the pharmacy. I said, "Hey, I tried to fill. What's the deal on this?" They said, "Oh well, we're not contracted with your insurance company on that." I said, "What the hell you mean you're not contracted?" Well, you'll have to call them. I said, "No." I said, "You're the ones having the problem, not me." I said, "Hell, you're using my insurance right now to fill this one. You're not charging me a dime for it. It's zero cost." I said, "Why in the hell, you know?" And I,
Mhm.
oh, well, and she goes, "Let me go check." And she said, "I don't understand it because we filled it back in, you know, July or August, and it's like, okay." I said, "What about the one that I just came to pick up?" "Oh yeah, it went through." Well, if you're not contracted with that insurance, how in the hell did that go through? That's a good question. She went back to them. Finally, they said, "Have you changed your policy?" And I said, "No." I said, "Hell," I said, "you got to be contracted." I said, "The biggest hospital in the county, which I know you do business with, uses community care, and they're right. They're just up the road from you guys, so you know, 4 blocks away, and I know you use that insurance because that's what they carry." And I said, "No, wait a minute." I said, "My doctor did retire. He retired like the 1st of February." And I said, "He gave me a lot, 6, 8 months worth of refills." I said, "But this one I think needed refills, and it ran. And so when you sent it in, you probably sent it in under his name,
Yeah.
which he's no longer contracted with them
Mhm.
because of the fact that, he's retired." I said, and she says, "Well, it's the same policy you've had." So I handed her my card, and I said, "Well, take this and let them just go through it with the fine tooth." So she went to the back pretty soon. She says, "That was it. We had the wrong doctor we were sending it through." And she says, I said, "Yeah, it has his name on the bottom." I said, "I hadn't changed." I said, "They told me I had to call and change," which I did, but my
Mm.
God, the bullshit. But I
Mm.
was willing to pay the $23, but I'm glad I stood there
Yeah,
for 20 minutes waiting and going through all that because I got it for free. So,
that's good. Yeah,
yeah, I
I've
say,
been fighting with my insurance as well because they it's weird. They accepted my colonoscopy, but they denied my annual wellness, which is weird. They said, "Well, you're on Medicare." And I go, "Yeah, but I'm using the company's insurance." "Well, that doesn't matter. You're on Medicare." And I'm like trying to explain to them that I'm
right.
using the company insurance.
Yeah.
And I finally just, said, "Screw it. Here's my Medicare number. Do whatever you want to do, you know?"
Yeah. So are you on the company insurance as well as Medicare?
Yeah.
So what they have to do is the way they do that, they bill Medicare first and your other insurance second.
Oh, I wish they would explain that to me. And
Yeah, they don't tell you that shit, but that's the way it works. So from
okay.
now on, always make Medicare your primary and your company insurance is your secondary.
Yeah, well,
That
okay.
way that will keep you from having to probably pay anything ever,
Oh, okay.
because usually what the secondary just picks up the last 20% Medicare doesn't pay.
Oh, okay. All right. Uh,
So
that's good to know. I will explain that to the HR department at work.
yeah, that if they got somebody on Medicare and you're part of and you've got company insurance, well, uh, it's like with Judy, her primary had been Champ VA for years, but when she went on Medicare, they switched it over. Medicare became her primary, and her Champ
Oh,
VA became her secondary, and that happens
I
a
see.
lot.
Okay.
Oh, Jim, welcome, and TJ, I see you dropped in. So,
TJ,
but
yeah.
yeah, that's some of the tricks they don't teach you.
Ah, okay. All right.
So yeah, just
Cool. Well, thanks for clarifying that for
yeah,
me.
because the yearly annual is paid for by Medicare, but your
Okay.
company insurance may not pay it.
Okay.
So what happens, and that's the same thing with a colonoscopy. you have to do Cologuard first, and if there is you have to do Cologuard first, and this is the way Medicare and all these pay out now.
Oh,
If something shows up in the Cologuard, then you do the colonoscopy. But you
uh,
can't do a colonoscopy every year
well,
unless
I don't
something
do it
shows up.
I
Well,
do it every 10 years.
every
So,
10 years. So, yeah,
so
you were due for one anyway, so it shouldn't have been
yeah,
a problem.
yeah. So
Yeah,
that's all taken care of. And
yeah,
I went back and I go, oh, I don't owe anything. I'm like, cool, great.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, good.
so maybe this will work its way out. I was thinking about just dropping the company insurance
I
because
would keep the company insurance if you can afford it, just as a second, because it'll fill the gap, you know.
okay,
Yeah.
So,
that's
yeah.
good to know. All right, I'll
And
explain.
that is our seniors section of this show. And moving right along,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I've been busy 3D printing. Uh, for those of you that don't know, I got the Bamboo Labs
Bamboo.
A1
Yep.
with the
It's
AMS.
made out of bamboo. Yeah, which is
Yeah, it's
really
made out of bamboo. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Well, no, it's a good
From
thing.
the
I,
Philippines.
everything that I'm doing upgrades on, uh, it seems like there comes a point one little thing just doesn't fit, and I'm having to like, you know,
Mm,
it takes me a little bit, but fortunately, there's things like YouTube that
yeah.
show you how to replace it. Because one of the things is this on this AMS, which is your material handling system.
Yeah.
It allows you to do multiple colors. Well,
Mm-hmm.
it's the AMS light. Well, you put your because it's the light. Everything's in the open, so you put your spools on these spindles. But
Uh-huh.
if you're sitting here where I'm at, well, and you're sitting there trying to think, now which color do I have that on? So the only way you can know for sure is to stand up and look at the little bitty stickers that they put on there.
Mm-hmm.
That's one, this is two, three, four, or whatever, So there's upgrades that you can put in the spindles, these little round caps that got the number. So I printed them out. I tried a couple. One of them wasn't worth a shit. It just wouldn't work. But then I tried this one and it worked. But then I had to figure out how to get the damn spindle apart so I could put that insert in to make it. So that took some doing. By the time I got the fourth one, I had it pretty well mastered. But boy,
Cool.
because you have to disassemble the whole thing and then slide that piece up in there
It's like that.
and then put it all back in, lock it back in place. But anyway, so
Oh, by the way, I flew yesterday.
you did.
Yeah, I flew the potato. One of my
Oh,
I
they
met some friends and they said, "Hey, you want to fly the DJI FPV?" I go, "Sure, why not?" And I'm like, "Oh God, it was so much fun. I missed it so much." And I'm like, "Oh, I hope I get a lot of Amazon gift cards for Christmas. Then I could go
yeah.
at least get a Neo or get the Air 3S, maybe
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Or look around. You might even find if you can't look, well, yeah, Amazon gift cards, that's a different story.
Yeah,
I was going to say you could probably find an Air 2S on sale, but you probably won't be able to use an Amazon gift card for that. So, yeah.
well,
Mr.
unless
Denard Lon, welcome to the show.
oh, Lon's here. Hey, Lon.
Yeah. He does drop in occasionally,
That's good.
and hello, Jim and TJ. I think I said hello already, but just in case you didn't. But yeah. So yeah, maybe get enough Christmas cards or get enough Amazon cards, you'll be able to at least the Neo. If nothing
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I could start with the Neo and then later on get the controller, and if I get the smart controller, that'd be great. Yep. Yeah, there you go. Buy some props to start. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I've been having fun with this 3D printer. I've been, uh, with my new hours that I've given myself for whatever reason. I'm getting up and doing things like I'm sorting out my tools that I'm going to use and the ones I don't use, and I'm building, I'm printing out different tool chests and toolboxes and parts things so I can organize this Charlie Foxtrot of a dining room I have and try to get it back into
Right.
eh, some semblance of living quarters. But yeah, and so yeah.
Oh, one thing I learned about AI is you could use it to design puppet heads with using 3D animation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll experiment with it and I'll send you the file and see what you can do with it.
Yeah. Yeah, as
Yeah,
long as you save it as an STL or
yeah,
an STL file. It needs to be an
yeah.
STL. Uh,
Okay, cool.
uh,
Uh, Another thing I was thinking of is, I've got short fingers, and Hazel, I can't really operate the mouth
right.
because
Yeah.
fingers can't go all the way in. So
Yeah.
maybe you could help me figure out how to make a device like that could.
Yeah. I did sort of a preliminary trying to think how to do it. I've got an idea, and it kind of I really need to see if somebody's got the breakdown uh for Danny O'Day's well, not Danny O'Day, that was his dummy's name.
Yeah,
uh for the dog Farfel, that dog,
yeah.
even though that had just the mouth working, that was actually done with a regular control stick that opened and closed the mouth.
Oh,
And
okay.
I need to find a way to make basically an imitation hand where when you pull the trigger, it opens it up and closes it.
Right, right, right.
And so it's just making the frame, and I may fart around with that some more.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
see if I can, because I've got the control stick. That's not the problem. It's just
right,
the how to apply it to the how to make the head part. Basically, you got to make an artificial head,
right.
you
Mm-hmm.
know. And of course, with just you'd have to send me how big of
Right.
how big Hazel is.
I'll, when I have time, I'll grab the dummy and I'll get a ruler and measure
Yeah,
the lower part and upper
right,
part
upper
and
part,
give you
and
kind of an idea.
kind of give me how tall it is and how
Yeah,
wide it is too, so I
right.
have
Mm-hmm.
a general idea. So, because once I have that, it shouldn't be too hard to make, you know.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get caught up on, like, I've got some pipes that I've been doing, and now
Mm-hmm.
I've got I've got a year now to make a large selection of pipes.
Mm.
Because where Patrick and Janie live, there's a big resort, and they up there, and it's called Fin and Feather, because
Right.
why? And it's a like I said, it's a big old fashioned resort right on Lake Ten Killer. I think it's on Lake Ten Killer,
Uh-huh.
and they've got swimming pools and everything. But every year in September, so I got about 11 months now. But every year in September, the last Saturday or last weekend of the month, they have a big, area wide arts and crafts, and it's a huge thing. But every every house between the town of Gore and where in Keefton, where I think it's Keefton, where Fin and Feathers at, almost every place along there has a yard sale or a craft sale of some sort.
Oh,
So they'll be where they're right on that highway. So and they have a circle drive so people could come in, park, get out, look at stuff, and then drive on out, and so that's so I want to put out some of my pipes. I'm going to start making
oh,
some more, you know
That's what my dad did back in the 80s. He made pipe tampers using deer antler.
Deer antlers. Yeah.
Yeah, he put what was it? German silver ends on it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and yeah, he made a bunch of those, and I think he sold them up in Vale and
Right.
Breckenridge and all those places. Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah,
If
I
you-
mean that's James has got his own enterprise going over there. I can't even keep up with what the hell he's 3D printing now, but he's
yeah.
making, he's starting to make, he's getting orders for $200, $300 at a time. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah. And
Mhm.
so, but he's got an outlet down there at the college and because it's called Cowboy Corner. It's a convenience store up there by the college and they all know him and it's right on the corner. It's right on the corner of the college property. So, uh,
Cool.
uh, they're letting him display stuff there, and one of the clubs, one of the ag clubs, uh, I think it was, or one of the different groups that are there at the college because this college is an agricultural college.
Okay.
It's an extension of Oklahoma State
Right.
University, which
Yeah.
Oklahoma State was an agricultural college.
Yeah,
You
just
know,
like Colorado State used to be.
yeah.
That-
Most
that-
of those that are like state colleges were all ag. Either
yeah,
cattlemen
A&M.
or they
A&M.
were A&Ms. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the AMNs turned into, you know,
State
something
college.
state. Yeah, state colleges. Yeah. So,
Mhm.
and that's what that's what those two are as part of the AMN
Mhm.
and M group.
Mhm.
So one of the organizations up there. Yeah, thanks, Andrew. I'm actually needing another haircut. It's starting to. I'm needing to get my beard trimmed a little bit too. I'm starting to get a little unruly right at the moment. So,
Yep.
but considering how long my hair was, I guess this really isn't that bad. So, but
Now, do you have ear hair?
I'm over 50. Hell yes.
Yeah. Well, I have some, but there's a couple ways you could do it. Is they've got one of those. It's like a nose hair trimmer for your ear,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you could do wax.
I ain't waxing my
yeah.
ears.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, that
Sure.
sounds like fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Well, you won't have to worry about it.
Yeah. No.
No.
Yeah.
That beats plucking them one by one, with your tweezers going, because my dad was famous for, you're sitting there and he's like plucking ear hairs out. And I'm like, ah. And I'm like,
Right.
and
Yeah,
now
something I
I'm
wouldn't
doing
do.
it, but I'm not doing it in front of people.
Well, that's the difference. I wouldn't do that in front of people either. So,
I've got like a little just like a little
Trim-
beard trimmer. I mean the whole blade on one of those electric, the whole blade
Yeah.
isn't even an inch
Yeah.
wide. I just put that in there and a minute and a half later it's done.
Yep.
you know what my problem is? Of course, eyebrow hairs. Of course, those
Oh, yeah.
wild white, the white ones that like to go every. I'm
Yeah.
gonna start looking like
Oh, God.
Larry Hagman here pretty soon if I ain't careful. But the other thing is I actually have hair grow right on the outside of the ear.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Once in a while,
boy,
I'll
them
get
son of
one
bitches hurt
going.
too when you pull them. I don't
I
have them so much inside, but yeah, here and then up along, and it's just like, yeah.
Welcome to Art Lloyd's Coffee and Ear Hair Show.
Yeah. Well, it's a bunch of old guys sitting around talking about old guy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew wants to know how's the snow up there in Colorado right now.
Up in the mountains, they're getting snow.
Are they? Yeah.
And the resorts they've started making snow about 3 weeks ago. And so
Yeah, because they're
some of them are going to be open fairly shortly here in November.
Yeah, I was going to say in November is when they start. Some of them start opening. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And hey, that's another thing I want. Uh, when I went to Colorado, I got to meet my Paco's oldest daughter, and she's the oldest to his kids. Got to meet her and her new husband, who had just been uh married the week before I got there. Well, he's had some major health issues. I think he's like in his 30s, and he had I don't know which came first, but he has to have a heart valve replaced,
Oh,
and he's had a stroke, and take they had to open up his skull to let the pressure off,
uh,
from the bleed.
right.
And then I just got found out today or last night, I can't remember which now, but they've life flighted him to another hospital that's purely intensive care because he's needing that much more
Oh,
intensive care than. So yeah, so it's not it's
uh,
it's scaring the hell out of my granddaughter. So keep him
yeah.
in your prayers because he's a very nice young man,
Mm,
and and not only that, another uh, kid that I've known since kindergarten. We went to school all the way until moved to Grand Junction, and we kept in touch over the years. And he just lost his wife this a few days ago.
oh,
You know,
no.
she'd been in and out of the hospital. She had heart problems, and she'd been in and out of the hospital. And I thought she was doing good. They took her back to the hospital one more time, and then the next I heard was that she'd passed away. It's like, holy crap! So,
Oh,
and
no.
they've been together. I think they got married I think they were high school sweethearts. So
Mm.
they've been together right at 50 years.
Hey,
So
Michael.
yeah, and his name is Rory,
Guy, Michael.
and uh, oh hey Michael, yeah, I just seen him popped in,
Yep.
but yeah, so uh, he's another family to keep in your prayers. And I did
Mm,
hear from Alexis
yeah,
yesterday. She
good.
was on Saturday night,
Yes, that's right.
just
He
just
was
before
on
we
towards
closed
the
down.
end. Yeah,
Yeah, and she's just she's driving and hanging in there.
good.
Kind of you kind
Good
of
thing.
get into a routine at that first 6 to 7 months where you just muddle along. First, it's like, oh my
Mm,
God, it's been a week, it's been 2 weeks, it's been a month, it's been 3 months, it's been 6 months, and all of a sudden you're coming up on, and of course you go through all the different anniversaries, their birthday, your anniversary, the Mother's Day, Father's Day, whatever, all those things that you celebrated together. And it's just that first year is just kind of stumbling
yeah,
along, and then after that you starting to live again,
yeah,
and
mm,
that's sort of where I'm at now. I've kind of gotten to that point where, you
yeah,
know, I miss her every day, but I'm able to function on a higher level
yeah.
than I was able to a year ago at this time. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, but anyways, but she's busy working. She was kind of upset. She's kind of ticked off last night because she was on her way to San Antonio from Corpus because it was an $85 uh guaranteed, but then they canceled it at the last minute. She was already half there. She'd already
Oh,
driven halfway to San Antonio, which kind of ticked her off. So
yeah,
she she did tell me a trick about that. One of the things she does is she follows on airline apps. She's got one of those Flight Aware or whatever, and
yeah,
checks all of the incoming flights that are coming into Corpus Christi.
right.
And then she can get in the queue to go pick people up,
Ah,
and
there you go.
wait there at the airport. And she says she waits for people that are coming into the airport because they're less sketchy than the ones who are going out. You don't know about the people you pick up to take to the airport, but at least the ones coming in had a security check they had to go through,
Yeah. Hmm.
before they could get on the plane. So
Right. Hmm.
she says they're a little less sketchy. So that was a I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, that's one way of thinking about it. So that's
Hmm.
what she does. She goes to the airport and and does that. But yeah, so
That's
trying to,
good.
yeah, trying to think. Was there anything else interesting?
Uh,
Any good shows you guys have watched lately
oh, I did
besides
watch.
Elizabeth?
I wanted to watch something light. I didn't want to watch something like Tulsa King
Right,
or
right, yeah.
NCIS Origins. I wanted some comedy, so I watched Madlock and Elspeth. And
Elsbeth, yeah.
so, uh, yeah, so those were two shows I watched, and they were fun. Yeah,
Yeah. I went through and watched the three Narnia movies again for
good.
the 200th time.
Huh.
Yeah.
Great football game yesterday. Broncos won 44-24 over the
Who
Cowboys.
over the Cowboys. Okay.
Yep,
Well,
yep. So
that
finally,
sounds like
a
they got
good
a
game where they had offense all through the game instead of waiting the fourth quarter to finally get something going.
yeah.
Yeah.
House of Guinness on Netflix. Okay. That's
Ah,
is that about the Guinness's world record or about the beer?
I don't know. Oh, there was a good movie on, I think it was on Sunday, and it was about a nuclear strike coming to the US. I've seen ads for it, and I'm like, ooh, that sounds kind of interesting. But
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
have Netflix, and I'm like really budgeting
Guinness
myself.
beer.
I'm like austere moment right now.
Free Middle Earth. Okay.
Ah, okay.
I didn't know they'd done another Middle Earth book. But I didn't watch the Rings of Power. I started to, and it just like, yeah. Thank you, Andrew and Mark. Yeah, it is about the family that started the beer. So,
Mhm.
but Free Mordor. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Sounds
I
sounds foamy,
huh?
hoppy,
Yeah.
foamy, heavy.
Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah. Trying to think what I did watch. It actually, I haven't been watching a lot in the last few days. I've been reading more than I have, and
Oh, okay, cool.
uh,
Mm.
there's a
Okay,
guy that yeah, I know. God,
mm,
it's been a long day, and it just seems like it's going to be longer.
no.
Uh, I just dragging ass today, and that's the problem with this weather, like this.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm. Cold weather
and
just
yeah,
saps the energy right out of you.
well, and it's so cloudy and dreary, you don't feel like getting up
Yeah.
and doing a lot. You just, oh, I'll just roll over and go to sleep, which is
Yeah.
probably what I'm going to do after this show.
Yeah.
Uh, but
Mm-hmm.
last week when I was talking about my printer, I did finally find this damn musical whatever it is, whatever it's called.
It blows, Lloyd.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I know. It blows. It really does. What's funny is when you look at it, it's the shape of a pig.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
You
it's
blow
got
through the nose of the pig,
yeah.
and it makes. Oh,
Sounds like
that
the way they
reminds.
started out.
You remember Stalag 13?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, where the guy was making something like that. Where the
yeah,
guy was like really quiet, and I think he was probably shell shocked. And
yeah.
that's
God, I haven't seen that movie in years.
oh yeah,
It was a movie, right? With
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it,
William
it was
Holden
yeah. That's right. That was thinking
and
William Holden.
Peter Graves was in.
Okay, yeah, and that's
Yeah,
sort of the movie where they very loosely based Hogan's Heroes out of.
yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Just sort of.
sort of.
or The Great Escape, one of the two. You know,
Yeah, it's kind of a cross between Hogan's Heroes and Great Escape, and
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think Stylock 13 is where they got well, that and like I said, The Great Escape's where they got the idea to do Hogan's Heroes. You
Right.
know,
Hmm.
which I'm sitting there thinking that was on in the '60s, right? But
Late
it's still
60s.
on. Yeah, it's still on in replay. And
Right.
there we are seeing guys in Nazi uniforms, SS uniforms and stuff.
Right.
Like nobody seems to be offended by that.
Well, you got to remember that was a prisoner of war camp, not a
Yeah.
concentration camp, because people
No,
get
I know, but still, it's just people get up in arms about just seeing the swastika and stuff. You'd think
yeah,
would, the easily offended would already be writing in and demand that be banned from history.
right. Yeah,
Leftists don't watch those channels that Hogan's Heroes is on.
Well,
yeah,
that's true. If they
yeah,
did, they'd have a better sense of humor than
yeah.
they do now. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
They watch programs like The View and Rachel Maddow and
yeah.
anything that's on MSNBC, CNN. Yeah.
Some of them others, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a free country to each their own.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
damn it.
oh,
Yeah, I know.
oh.
Started 5 minutes late, and I'm already yawning, and we're just barely
Yeah.
halfway through the show. But yeah, so that's my like I said, it's uh somebody's asking who's free. Good evening, Woodball. Oh, Don's in. Hey, Don, I didn't
Oh,
see
hey,
you pop
Doc.
in. Oh, we got Bent Rail Productions as
Oh,
well. Yeah,
which is Brent or Gary. Oh, I think it's Gary. I
is it
think.
Gary?
Yeah.
It's I don't have my list handy right at the
Yeah.
moment.
Brent is Eat More Possum. Yeah.
Yeah, Brent's Eat More Possum. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Don is Eat More Fisheye. Oh, no, that's Mudball. Okay.
That's yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, I yesterday, like I said, I went down. James and I went down to Pat and Janie's house, their new home, and they're getting it. They're coming right along. It's
Cool.
but they had they'd lived in that other house for like 17 years, and so they had 17 years worth of shit they had to pack up.
Oh,
Of
boy.
course, it got put in storage, and now they're having to bring it all back
Mm-hmm.
into the new house. But at the same time, there's little things that they're finding that they've got to do. Like just painting, repainting some of it, and just different things. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's slow but sure. They've got their main furniture back in the house, or part of it,
Oh,
anyways. And
that's good. That's good.
yeah, so but it's got a nice kitchen with a lot of room in it, and plus it has a little breakfast area in the kitchen, for for a small breakfast table, and
Right.
then it has a dining room, and they've got like I think their dining room table will seat 12.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big ass table.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those, if I'm down at one end, Pat's down at the other, and he says, "Pass me the rolls." I be a long throw. Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
what I was going to tell you. I went to Golden Corral
Oh,
today.
Golden Corral.
And
Mm-hmm.
it was the veterans were, I don't know, but they were doing their thing and they had people out there. The DAV was there, and they were handing out candy to people, and they had hats for sale for donations, and I picked up one on the way out, but on the way in, I went in there and they gave me a piece of candy on the way in for after dinner meant. So I
Uh-huh.
went there, paid for my meal, and I went over and it was after 4 o'clock, so you can get steak at Golden Corral.
Mm.
I think the part of the beef that they cut off is right down there where they get the shoe leather from, because that was oh my God, that was a tough ass steak. And I ain't got too damn many teeth to chew with
Yeah.
right now. So I'm down to about two or three good ones, that I can really chew. And he gave me. I said I wanted one that was, one that was medium. Well, the closest he had was medium rare, and that was closer to rare than it was medium rare. That's for sure. But God, I went to cut through it, and it's like I looked at the knife, and he uses that big old chef's knife, and it just slides on through. But them little bitty ass knives that they got to use, them son of a bitches wouldn't they wouldn't have cut through hot butter. I'm sitting there sawing this damn thing, and I put one piece on my mouth, and I was like, it was like chewing leather. I couldn't get through it. It's like so. It's like I couldn't handle that piece. So I cut off really tiny pieces and ate as much as I could of it. But it was just so damn tough. I was having to swallow it almost whole. So I went back up. I said, I think I'm going to go towards medium well. Let's see what we get off that. And it was much better, but it was still pretty damn tough. So and I know better to go there. Every time I do, I leave disappointed because they don't know how to cook a damn steak.
Yeah, that's why you gotta go to Texas Roadhouse or
buffet steak. You're surprised it was tough? No, I wasn't surprised, but yeah. When I go to if I want a really good steak, I'll go over to Chili's because they have a damn good steak.
They're pretty good on that too. Yeah.
Because we don't have any real steakhouses here. Well, we have one called Colton Steakhouse. Their steaks are okay, but they have no flavor. It's like they don't season the damn things. They're tender, but there's no seasoning, and nothing is worse than seasoning a steak after it's been cooked. It just isn't the same.
Yeah. So this
medium rare is what. Well, this one I got was it was just too tough. It's and so I thought, well, if I went back with a medium or a medium well, it would have. I thought it would be better, but. The only medium rare that he had was this big piece that had a lot of fat on it anyways. And it's not done well, So it wasn't done correctly. But like you say, it's a buffet steak.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
And you're right, Andrew. I probably won't go back. That's the second time I've had that happen.
Yeah.
And so I just
go there for the
Chili is a long way. Yeah, it is a little. It's but hey, it's it's just straight south. To go to Chile for a steak, it's just But they've down there. They've got those they import a lot of Argentinian beef down there in Chile. So when you go to Chile, you get some good beef because they know how to make. They know how to grow cows down there.
Yep.
But anyways. Yeah, no, it's just up the road from me, but yeah, it's hard to find a good, Western Sizzler used to be the best, one of the best steakhouses, and
or steak and ale.
Yeah, we don't have any of those down here, but
and that's more Midwest, I think, because they have them in Michigan. And another Ruth Chris, if you want to spend the money.
Yeah. I think there's a Ruth Chris up in Tulsa, but that's still a long way to go for a damn steak. So I go to Chili's, and it's usually it's usually pretty decent. They have a 6 ounce, a 10 ounce, and a 12 ounce. I usually get the. Now I think the 12 ounce is a ribeye.
Yeah,
and it's pricey, but now I did. Now Malon's, where we go to get barbecue, it does a good steak,
right?
And but they don't. It's so expensive. They don't put the price up on the menu board.
Yeah. They don't want to, try to revive you when you go. Look at the price and hey, get the paddles.
Yeah. Yeah, I bought a steak dinner, and I think it cost me just for myself $42.
Oh
Wow.
boy.
That
Wow.
was an expensive piece of steak. It was good, but it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But you know, I like to give restaurants a different try. So,
Yep. Yep. There you go.
but yeah, so I'm getting ready to order some more filament. I think I'm gonna order a bigger pack of filament because
Mm.
I got plans of I got plans of shit I'm going to do. Whether I do it or not is another story. If I don't, I'll still have plenty of filament when I get back to it.
There you go.
Because, but yeah. Let's see what else.
Well, when I got up this morning to go to work, right next to my car was a beautiful, I think it's either a 68 or 69 Chevy Impala 350.
Oh,
Yeah. The-
sweet. Yeah,
oh, man. But it
yeah,
had the rectangular lights that go up and down and not side to side because my folks had a 69 Impala and it had the not oval but
rectangular.
rectangular rounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
yeah, yeah,
this one was the other way but narrower. And I'm like, and I was trying to figure out what that was, if that was a 68 or 69, but I'd have to look around on uh, the internet some more to
yeah,
find
yeah,
out.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I can't remember most of them cars anymore. I get confused by them. It things cars that I think I knew what year they were turned out to be no, that ain't right. But
right. So when I
but
got home from work today, it was still parked there. So I did a walk around. And then when I walked around the right side of the car, it had a rash on its rear fender there. Not a real bad one, but it looked like it scraped something. I'm like, oh man,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but that could be
Eh,
fixed. I mean, they could
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah.
put a little bondo on it, or maybe I don't
Well,
know.
if it's not dented too bad, you know,
Yeah, they could pop
yeah,
it out, and
yeah, they
yeah,
could pop it. Yeah,
and the for the most part, the paint's in really good shape. There's just a few spots here and there where there's the paint got chipped and it's starting to rust, and but the windows were tinted, and it was so dark I couldn't find out if it was like three on the tree or if it had
or
a center shift on him. But if I remember correctly, my dad had his was a three on the tree, you know.
right. Yeah,
But
yeah,
that was when they started putting seat belts in.
yeah. That was about the time. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. They were just lap belts back then.
Right, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Mm.
I don't think I can't remember when the shoulder belts started coming in.
Now
And
it did. My dad's car did have the headrest. You know, that's to
right,
prevent it from getting whiplash. So it had that. Yeah.
yeah.
Very good.
My van has headrest that if you hit the headrest has a deployment, a little explosive type thing that it snaps open and it actually slams forward into your head to
Oh,
stop
that's
your head from when the airbag hits. It just freezes you. And
oh.
yeah,
So
because mine had previously been in a wreck before I bought it.
mhm.
Uh, they uh, that was deployed. They had to find me a new one. Of course, the idiots, they didn't realize that, they said, all you got to do is reset that. Well, no, you can't just reset it. You got to, and uh, uh, so because there's a shear pin in there when it deployed. I mean, it's a spring loaded son of a bitch
Yeah,
too. Let me tell you.
yeah.
And
You
so
drive
when
around.
it shears that thing. I'm sitting there thinking, damn, if the airbag don't kill you, the damn
Yeah.
headrest will. You know, it's bad. That if you get in a wreck, you're going to die in that car. But so I ended
Speaking of,
up what?
there's Eat More Possum.
Oh, hey there's Brent. Yeah,
Yep, Brent. Yep.
yeah.
We were
Uh,
just talking about you.
we're just talking about you earlier, but
Mhm.
yeah. So yeah, they when they got me another one, they just took it out of another vehicle they had. They just
Mm,
cut it off
yeah.
and delivered it to me. It's like
Mm,
because they didn't want to go down. They didn't want to pop the back of the seat off and un. All I had to do was pop the seat off, unplug it, and pull it. But no, and it's easy to pop off, but it's like yeah. And there's a way to reset that one, so I'll probably go back in there eventually and uh, reset the original because, but God forbid, I hope I'm never in a car wreck. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's crazy people out there driving. So,
Yep.
oh, there were about three things I was going to talk about on the show tonight, and I can't remember a damn one of them now.
Mm.
I
Okay.
forgot to
Anyway,
write.
I made a diagram of what the top one is what I saw on the car today. Now, the bottom one is like the one on the 69 Impala. They're the
Oh,
rectangulars that go that way. Yeah.
I was just reading what you said. Groceries or gas. Thanks. I was
Yeah.
reading that part. I see the little symbol down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, hmm so maybe if, oh, there's Ed. Hey, Ed.
Yeah,
Good to see
Ed.
you.
I just saw his name pop up there.
Yeah.
I saw somebody write Ed and like, oh, there he is. Okay. So,
hmm
but yeah. Uh,
So if anybody knows anything about Chevy Impalas from the late '60s, if you could tell me what year that was, is it
yeah.
maybe it's an SS Sport, Super Sport, but it didn't
Yeah.
have the Super Sport badge on it. Yeah, it just up front near the front on the both sides. It'll have the engine size, and it said 350. And
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
dad's was 327.
327. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So my
that's
knee I went to straighten my leg out and my knee locked up. It's like,
oh
shit. And then
yeah.
it popped before so
Oh, ouch, yeah.
yeah, ouch. Yeah. I hate when that happens. So,
Or for me, every now and then I'll get like a really sharp pain on the bottom of my foot or on my heel, and it just makes
right.
me jerk, and oh. Hmm.
Yeah, I've seen my share of 60s Impalas. As a matter of fact, one of my buddies had one.
Mm-hmm.
And that damn thing, of course, it had the 350. It was I think it had 350. It may have had the 320, but it'd been his brother's,
Uh-huh.
and his brother had modified it, and it done a lot of restoration to it.
Oh,
But it was
cool.
like a 60. I think it was like a 63, 64, something
Okay.
like that.
Those had the round lights, the three round
Yeah,
lights.
yeah. And every time and of course it had to be jumped or push started every time. So every time we stopped somewhere, because of the way the damn because the generator, the alternator, the voltage regulator is probably what it was
Yeah.
bad. Because in those days they had a separate voltage regulator, so they just hadn't replaced it. But so
Mm-hmm.
we'd have to push start the damn thing, get it going, and it'd be great. But one night we'd been to a basketball game, me and Jerry and myself and another guy that is, I think, since passed away. We we gotten drunk.
Oh,
And one of the guys that was playing, his mother was up and she saw the three of us and she told us we better get our asses home now or she was going to call our mothers. And she knew both our all well, Danny didn't, his mother had passed away, but she knew my mom and she was friends with my mom and Jerry's mom or knew Jerry's mom. So it would have been, so
mhm.
we decided to leave, but we were, and it was cold that night. We decided it was the beginning of basketball season, so it was like pretty damn cold that time of the year.
Mhm.
And so we decided to head home, but we took sort of the long way around, and we decided to stop over at one of the junior high schools and, piss on the front of their school, and do
Yeah.
stupid shit. But then the damn car would, you can't make a getaway if the damn car dies. So
Yeah.
we were all bailing and we were drunk and trying to get in there. So for some reason, Jerry was the biggest guy. He was like 6'4", 6'5". Me and the other guy were both about 5'10". We were the two that ended up pushing it. Well, it's his car, so naturally, and
Mhm.
we'd then he decided he couldn't afford to stop at stoplights. So he ran 2 or 3 stoplights and finally I said, you just ran another stoplight. He says, I'll stop twice at the next one. And we got to the next one. He pulled forward, stopped, he pulled forward again and stopped, and then it died and we had to get out and push it. He said, see what happens? And they're like, they were kind of rolling stops anyways. And it was
Mhm.
nighttime. There wasn't a lot of people there. Grand Junction wasn't as big as it is now. It was still,
Yeah,
I mean, our
that's fun.
class only had like 205 graduates. So that's not a big class,
Yeah.
but uh
I think we had 500 or 600.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think.
think I think Grand Junction High School had around 400, but
Yeah,
but they go ahead.
I think the total school population was about 1,200 at
Oh
the
yeah,
time. Yeah,
yeah,
1,500. But that was towards the end of the baby boomers.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then the population started to dwindle and dwindle. And now they combined the two schools together, and my school is now Royal Oak High School. Yeah.
Well, they've got in the valley there in Grand Junction. They've actually got 4 high schools. They've
Oh,
got Central High School where I went, which is in Clifton, which is suburb of Grand Junction. Is actually part of Grand Junction now,
yeah.
but it was the country school. And then you had the one a little bit further the other direction, a little bit further east, which was
Mhm.
Palisades. But they had a 4-year high school. They went from 9th through 12th.
Right.
And so a lot of the guys who'd gone to junior high over there, they stayed until they got their and they actually could graduate early because they had a 4-year program, so they took more classes geared towards graduation, which could transfer over. So all of their 9th grade credits counted towards their total that they needed for graduating high school.
Oh,
So you
nice.
had Palisades, you had Clifton, which was Central High School. Then you had the main one in Muskogee or in Grand Junction, I mean, which is Grand Junction High School. Then on the other side, a little bit further to the west, a little closer to Utah, was Fruita, and they had their. Matter of fact, one of the guys, he's the assistant wrestling coach there now. He was one of the guys that graduated with us, and he grew up. He was a wrestler, and he grew up to become the wrestling coach at Central High School, the same high school we all graduated from.
Mark R. White said
66
66 through 68 had the
had the
rectangular
rectangles horizontally.
one. Okay, thank you, Mark.
Yeah,
And that's kind of what I thought it was. Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But yeah, like I said, I grew up in country school, and it's
Yeah.
and the funny thing is my I don't think Paco graduated there, but all of his kids have gone to school there.
Right.
The older ones have all graduated from there. So they still putting up with Mendenhalls in that school.
When I lived in Arvada back in the 60s and early 70s. There were only 2 high schools. There's Arvada and Arvada West. Now
Yeah.
there's those 2. There's Pomona High School. There's Ralston Valley.
Right.
That's the newest one. And I thought
Ralston Valley, that's down.
Stanley Lake is Westminster. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Westminster High School, there used to be Westminster High School, and then you had Random High School.
Yeah, Random High School, yep.
But I think Random shut down and merged with Westminster High.
Okay. Yeah, Westminster is down right off of 68th and Lowell, I want to say.
Sounds like that.
It's east of Sheridan. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right there by Hidden Lake. Yeah.
My oldest sister graduated from Westminster because Random hadn't been, it was just being built. It hadn't been finished yet.
Uh-huh.
And then 2 years later, my brother, he graduated from Random High School. And then my other sister graduated. Well, they were the Random Raiders, okay? The Westminster were the Westminster Warriors. So she was a Warrior. They were both Raiders. Then we moved to, and I was supposed to graduate from Random, but in 9th grade, we moved to Grand Junction. And I ended up graduating from Central High School, who were the Central High School Warriors. So 2 of us graduated as Warriors and 2 of us graduated as Raiders.
Well, I'm a Knight. Kimball High Knights. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Clear Lake Junior High was the Cougars, and I believe 9th grade I went Orchard Mesa was the Knights as well.
And the crosstown rivals, which was the Royal Oaks. Yeah. They were the Oaks. Yeah.
That's it, Andrew. Warriors versus Raiders. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my ex-sister-in-law, and my sister graduated together. The younger sister, and they both graduated in 67. Yeah, 67. Yeah, my brother graduated. Was it 67 or 66?
No,
it had to be 67 because my brother graduated in 65, and my oldest sister graduated in 63.
Oh, okay. My sister graduated in 69, and I graduated in 79.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because
my brother and I graduated 10 years apart too. So, yeah, but I still keep up with a lot of the guys. I actually am on the mailing list for Random High School, even though I never went there. most of the guys that I grew up with did.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, well, it's been an hour now. We managed to get an hour and 3.5 minutes, and I think the show started out badly because I couldn't get my damn mic to work, and I've got to figure that out. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for being here. You guys have a great week. I want to thank Charles, you and Art for being here. Dominic said he wasn't going to be able to make it. Of course, there's that time difference, and it's going to be even worse on him.
Oh yeah, next week
after Saturday night. Yeah, so it's going to put another extra 2 hours. We're going to be 2 hours earlier for him than what we used to be.
That's right.
Yeah, because they went forward, and we're going. They went forward. Right now, it's an hour earlier than it was. But when they went forward and we're going back, that's going to make it 2 hours earlier. So instead of it being, say, 11 o'clock, now it's going to be 9 o'clock, or say it was 10 o'clock and now it's going to be 8 o'clock in the morning for him. So, yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. So, anyways, everybody have a safe, wonderful week. And I want to thank all of you for being here, and Art and Charles. You guys have a great week. We'll talk in a minute after I get through, but anyways, be safe, everybody. Remember, treat each other better than you treat yourselves. Remember, everybody matters, even old farts like us. So, God bless. Take care, guys. We'll talk at you later. Let me see if I can figure out this.
Good night, folks.
All right. Good night, everyone.